welcome to the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines: 80th anniversary of the Thiaroye Massacre. Tanzanian opposition youth leader found after abduction and brutal beating. Malawi's youth launched National Youth Alliance Party ahead of 2025 elections. Zimbabwe breaks ground on 720 megawatt thermal power plants. In politics, 80th anniversary of Thiaroye Massacre. Senegal is marking the 80th anniversary of the Thiaroye Massacre, where French troops killed dozens, possibly hundreds of unarmed West African soldiers in December 1944. The massacre occurred after soldiers demanded their unpaid wages. French President Emmanuel Macron recently acknowledged the events as a massacre, but controversy surrounds the scales and circumstances, with some historians calling it an execution. The massacre's legacy remains a source of tension between France and Senegal, who has pledged to reshape the narrative, including plans for a memorial and national day of remembrance. Macron's absence from the commemoration sparked further debate as Senegal and France offer different views on incident's cause and responsibility. Still in politics, Tanzanian opposition youth leader found after abduction and brutal beating. Tanzanian opposition youth leader Abdul Nondo has been found after being kidnapped and severely beaten and left at Cocoa Beach late Sunday night. His party, ACT Wazalendo, confirmed that Nondo was blindfolded, assaulted, and threatened with death before being abandoned by his captors. He sought help from a motorcycle taxi rider who took him to the party's offices, where he was then rushed to the hospital. Police have launched an investigation into the abduction, which occurred shortly after Nondo returned from campaigning in the western region. This incident follows a similar case in September where opposition leader Ali Mohammed Kibao was abducted and murdered. Authorities are working to identify the perpetrators and the motive behind the attack. Moving on in politics, Malawi's youth launched National Youth Alliance Party ahead of 2025 elections. In a bold response to the country's ongoing economic struggles, Malawi's youth have come together to form a National Youth Alliance, NYA, a new political movement aiming to bring change to the nation's leadership. The NYA plans to field a presidential candidate in the upcoming September 2025 general election, with the goal of addressing the long-standing neglect and exploitation of young people in the Malawi's political system. National Coordinator Shaibu Saidi expressed frustration with the current political system, accusing other politicians of using youth for violent purposes rather than nurturing them as future leaders. Political analysts see this as an opportunity for a fresh approach to governance, urging the NYA to differentiate itself from existing parties to truly effect change. With a growing base of young entrepreneurs, students, and graduates joining, the NYA is positioning itself as a force for positive reform in Malawi. Shifting focus to economy, Zimbabwe breaks ground on 720 megawatt thermal power plants. President Emerson Mnangagwa has inaugurated the groundbreaking of 720 megawatt thermal power plants in the Wangate district, marking a significant step towards addressing Zimbabwe's power generation challenges. The multi-million-dollar project, developed by Titan Energy in partnership with Zesa Holding, aimed to alleviate the pressure on the national grid, which has been strained by drought-induced reduction in hydroelectric power. The plant will initially deliver 160 megawatts with a 200 megawatt solar component planned for the next phase, ensuring continuous baseload power for industries and households. This project is a key part of Zimbabwe's broader economic strategy, including efforts to diversify the energy mix and attract investments. The plant, expected to start feeding the grid by late 2025, further solidified the region's position as a hub of energy innovation and economic growth. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. For staying with us. In international relations, Biden's historic Africa visit. President Joe Biden is making his first official visit to Africa, focusing on the Lobito Corridor Railway project, which aims to enhance U.S. influence in the region rich in critical minerals. Biden's three-day trip begins in Angola and also includes Zambia and Democratic Republic of Congo. The $2.5 billion Lobito Railway project, an upgrade of a key transportation route for critical minerals like cobalt and copper, is seen as a direct response to China's dominant role in Africa's mining sector. While Biden's visit aimed to showcase U.S. engagement, they are concerned about the long-term sustainability of this initiative, especially with the looming uncertainty of the future U.S. administrations. Biden's trip also underscores ongoing challenges in strengthening U.S.-Africa relationship, which some say lack the consistent commitment that China has demonstrated through its Belt and Road Initiative. Still in international relations, France handed over ancient artifacts to Ethiopia. In a diplomatic move, France has handed over 3 ancient artifacts to Ethiopia, but French officials insist that it is a handover, not a restitution, as the object was never part of France's public collections. During a visit to Ethiopia's National Museum, French Foreign Minister transferred 2 prehistoric stone axes and stone cutter to Ethiopia's tourism minister. This artifact, dated back to up to 2 million years, were found near Addis Ababa. This handover comes as part of ongoing cooperation between France and Ethiopia, including a €7 million project to restore historic sites. Despite progress in some areas, there remain frustrations over the slow pace of restitution of African heritage, with no dates yet set for France's planned bill on colonial items. Moving to entertainment, COURTNEY JONGWE crowned Miss World Zimbabwe 2025. 23-year-old COURTNEY JONGWE was crowned Miss World Zimbabwe 2025 in a glittering ceremony held in Harare on Saturday. She won a $500 cash prize, a car set to be revealed soon, and the opportunity to represent Zimbabwe at the prestigious Miss World pageant next year. COURTNEY, overwhelmed with joy, expressed her excitement, emphasizing the importance of using her platform to share the African narrative and make a global impact. The event, which focused on beauty with a purpose, also highlighted the role of young women in nation building and stressing empowerment and positive societal change. Now in sports, 56 dead in stampede at Guinea Soccer Stadium. A tragic stampede at a soccer stadium in southern Guinea has left 56 people dead and several others injured following violent clashes between fans. The chaos erupted as security forces attempted to control a dispute over a controversial penalty decision. Authorities, including the Prime Minister, have launched an investigation to determine those responsible for the disaster, which also saw security forces use tear gas to restore order. The tragic event, which has sparked national outrage, highlights serious concerns about crowd management and stadium safety in Guinea. Several of the victims were children, and some of the injured are in critical condition. That concludes our African news update for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Okocha Ojarumi. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.